So it's that time of the week again where we get to talk about all the brand new VR games. We're talking about games that came out this week, games that are coming out next week, and of course some VR news about some epic games that have just been announced across this week. So let's dive straight into that. But before we do, as always, please do consider smashing that freaking like button because, it helps support the videos and it helps these things get seen. And I appreciate each and every one of you that does that. But of course, you don't have to decide to do it right now. You could do it in a minute after you enjoy the video. So let's dive into the games that dropped this week. Going straight into this, we have Medieval Dynasty. This is a game that I have been looking forward to so freaking much, and I'm happy to say that it indeed did deliver on its promise. This game is really frigging cool. I spent probably about 2 hours in this game so far, and every bit of time that I spent so far has been enjoyed. Now, it's quite an addictive game in the sense that once you get in there, you're going to blink and realize that an hour and a half has gone by. It totally does sort of embody that survival game-esque feeling, but without being so damn punishing it's green hell, because honestly with green hell for me personally, I wanted to love that game so much, but it's just so relentingly punishing that you just couldn't. Whereas this, I feel like you get rewarded every angle you take with it, whether it be chopping down trees, whether it be harvesting stuff, whether it be building up your place, whether it be murking off some food, like rabbits and stuff, or even fighting off a crazy ass bear. Well, all of these things happen in this game, and genuinely it's an absolute pleasure. Now, just to give you a little bit of backstory on this game, it is built from the ground up for virtual reality, which is a great part of this. This is not just some sort of half-baked port from the original game which was flat. This is a fully reimagined version for virtual reality. So my recommendation is, if you like survival games but you don't want to be punished to high heavens, but you still want a little bit of a challenge, then jump into this. Next up is OVR Dark. This is actually a game that I was kind of scared by. But I did take a look at this very briefly whilst I was at GDC, and I've also had a very brief dive into this game on the PSVR 2. This game, very frigging cool. It's very Resident Evil-esque, I would say, is a good way of sort of describing this game, but it's a banger. If you're into your horror / sort of puzzle games, then you're going to really frigging enjoy yourself when it comes to this one. For me, it's not particularly my cup of tea, just because I A, don't like horror very much, and B, I'm not the biggest of Resident Evil fans, but I can totally see why this appeals to a mass audience. Not only that, but it's a very decently put together game. This is a complete package, and if you're going to dive into this, you're going to have a great time. So a high recommend from me. Although it's not particularly my style, I still can respect that this is going to be something for anyone who's looking for those two type of genres of games. You're going to have an absolutely fantastic time, so make sure you pick that one up. Also, last on the list, Hellsweeper VR just got a brand new update, basically making it what it should have been on release, with a graphical boost, making the game run better and just look incredible. So if you're on PSVR 2 and you bought this game but you've kind of been like, it looks kind of muddy when I bought it, well, now is the time to jump back into it because it looks crystal clear, and honestly the studio behind this have done an incredible job. So high five to them. Just a little micro shout out, just in case you own that game or have been sat on the fence being like, well, I own a PSVR 2 but I've been waiting for the news that it's good. Now it's good, so go jump into that. Now let's dive into this week's VR news. We had a few game announcements actually this week for things that are going to be coming up in April, and well, I missed them off of yesterday's video because they were all announced directly after posting my content piece about what's coming up next month. Yay me. Anyway, we're going to start this off with a brand new release that's going to be coming our way in April, which is Small Land. This is a very, very cool concept, and it's been done a few different times in different games, where you're essentially a shrunk down person trying to survive in that horrific world of the garden. This actually looks really, really cool, very well put together, and quite complete in the sense that this looks like the full package. This looks like everything you'd expect from a game like this, a good survival, a very, very good looking game as well for what it is. And yeah, I'm actually pretty hyped for this one. So let me know what you think in the chat down below, but I definitely think this is going to be one of those games that's going to be to keep your eye out for. And I'm very much looking forward to this coming out so I can cover it on the channel in some shape or form. Next up is Metal Hellsinger. Now, this is a very, very cool game that I'm excited to see coming into VR. This has got a ton of very cool metal singers already attached to this, and the whole idea of this is that you are killing to the rhythm of the song. So you're going to be in there friggin' headbanging your way through these mad looking levels full of demons and crazy crap whilst listening to some friggin' metal and having a hell of a friggin' good time. Now, the concept of this definitely isn't new. We've seen other things do similar things to this, and definitely similar looking games, but this one one just had the added bonus of the fact that it's actually got all that music attached to this, licensed and ready to freaking go. When it goes in there, you're going to go freaking hard, destroying a bunch of demons in the best possible way while rocking the hell out to some dope ass music. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for this one. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think we got a release date yet, but I'll keep you guys, you know, locked in as we do these weekly videos as to when it's going to drop. Also, some other exciting news. We have Contractors Showdown dropping in April. That's the release of this game. Now, it's also got its last beta weekend going this weekend. So if you haven't joined already, you can go join their Discord, get beta access for either PC or Quest, and you can jump in there and play for free over the weekend. High recommend for me. This is the best battle royale I've ever played, hands down, in virtual reality. It way beats things like freaking Pop 1 and all that sort of stuff. This is just like my perfect game inside of VR currently. It's essentially Warzone in VR, and I've covered this a couple of times on the channel. I hope that I'm going to probably cover it at least one more time with an actual full video before it's out, because this game is just freaking fire. It's so much fun. I just need to get that friggin' victory so that I can make a video on it when I'm actually recording. I had a victory, but I wasn't recording and it sucked. But that's a story for another day. Until then, though, make sure you go check this one out. Honestly, it's a freaking banger of a battle royale game. It's incredibly solid whether you're playing it on Quest or PCVR, so you're gonna have a great time either way. Good game, go check it out. And I'm so excited to say that it's going to be coming out next month. The developers have actually smashed it out of the park when it comes to this, and they are really listening to the community when they want to like have changes done to the game, and they're reacting fast. Exactly the kind of development you need for a game like this. So high fives all round. What's coming out next week? Well, next week we have a couple of games coming our way. As we roll into April, the very first game that we're going to be getting is Sky Climb. This is from VR Monkey Studios, I believe, and well, it's a very fun, unique looking game. Definitely one for sort of like the younger audience, I think, but nonetheless, it looks very interesting. It's just to get in there and have an absolute blast. Very sort of Fall Guys-esque looking, that sort of cartoony style and everything. But yeah, very cool one. If you're interested in getting in and checking this one out, I think it's going to be good fun, especially like I say for the younger crowd. This is going to be one to enjoy. And last up on the list is Sea Smash is dropping as well next week. This game is very cool. I spoke about it in yesterday's sort of upcoming games video as a kind of a sleeper hit. This is one of those games that you wouldn't expect to enjoy, but yet when you actually get into it, you really have a good time. It's also co-op, so you can go in there with a friend, have an absolute blast. You have like full bodies in there as well, so as you're moving around and emoting and stuff, it looks really, really dope. And on top of that, you get like some cool emotes that you can sort of project out of your bats and stuff. So this is a really, really fun one. Rackets or bats? I don't know. Either way, you can correct me in the comments down below. Either way, this is a sleeper hit that I definitely think you should not sleep on. Check this one out. As I always say with these things, you've got a refund policy. Worst case scenario, you get the game, you don't like it, you refund it. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, guys and girls, thank you so much for joining me for another weekly roundup video. Man, I'm absolutely loving doing these on the channel, and you guys have been supporting them so much. So honestly, massive thank you to each and every one for your continued support on this channel. We have really found our feet lately when it comes to the kind of content that I'm just enjoying making for you, and on top of that, I'm just getting such a great reception from everyone here. So thank you so much for all your continued support. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Continue smashing that like button, because you know I love it and I love you for it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.